Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to Coldborough Farm, where today I have a plan. It's a miracle I actually have a plan for the day. I've got it written down too in my little book. I've got it set on my keyboard so I can see what I'm doing. So we're in the New Holland and we are going to... Nope. Need to fix something. Bear with. Forgot to do something really simple before I started the stream, and that was get the wheel to reset its centering spring, because apparently that's a thing I need to do. So we're off down to field 2 with this, and I got really lucky in the way that I'm doing this, by the way, recording the tramline courses, because if I look here I can see I've got 2, 3 and 4 to do. I've got 5 through 9 already sprayed. I have to spray 2, 3 and 4 today and record courses for them. Then I'm off to fields 3 and 6 to line them up, and that should bring us to the end of the stream. I don't exactly know how long this is all going to take, but that's the plan at least. Well done me for wasting some spray. Now the newer version of soil mod that I do have, don't hit the fencing. The new version of soil mod that I have allows me to just straight up refill PK. So I won't have to be faffing about and accidentally spraying NPK somewhere. So I'm going to start the course recording here and immediately turn. And I know that in reality you would probably go... I am going clockwise. Yes, I am going clockwise. I was going to say I do know in reality you'd probably go clockwise, but no, I am going clockwise around the field. Never mind my insanity. So the headland I'm just going to do straight up like this. I am mildly concerned about fuel levels, and yes, I am drinking my coffee. I haven't been up long. I'm a lazy git, etc., etc. I'm spraying PK for 2 reasons. I gotta talk about this all over again. Spraying PK number 1 because the webcam is really crushed up for some reason. I don't know why. Number 1, because I need to put PK down the field. It's actually 3 reasons. Number 2, it will introduce moisture to the field. And number 3, and kind of the most important reason, is it's allowing us to record the course for tram lines. Or tram tracks, or tracks, or whatever you want to call them. Them lines what go up and down the fields. Hey Faye, I'm good today. I've been up for a little while. Did a bit of heavy lifting. I had to empty the rubbish bin in the kitchen. That was not a fun thing. I mentioned just as I was starting, I've got plans. I actually have written down in front of me plans for actually a list of jobs that need to be done. And I've got some of them earmarked for this stream, and one is completely earmarked for the video that I'll be recording later today. A lot of it's going to happen off camera, obviously, because it's easier, but the plan for the stream is I need to spray and record fields 2, 3 and 4 for the tram lines, and then I'm going to go back to field 3 with the fert spinner and throw some lime onto it, and then do field 6 as well. That should in theory take 2 hours. In practice it'll probably take longer, but that's what I need to do right now. And the plan for the video is going to stay secret until the video. Just because. So I'm having to use my own notebook mod right now. I know I've been talking a lot on, and actually following quite closely on Mod Central, the notebook mod, where you can like change the config file to actually have notes in the game. That's something that I will be getting once it's out, and if I'm really lucky, I might actually, you know, get it in beta. If I'm really lucky, the mod author might decide, hey, you do YouTube, I want this mod being made publicized and all that kind of stuff, and they might give it to me in beta. I've just realized I completely forgot to set up GPS. That'll do, I guess. So I'm still using the John Deere, the Green Star GPS sounds, because they are nice GPS sounds. It's just a fact that they're real. So by default they're nicer than the normal GPS sounds that you get with the mod. And this is the bit of recording the course that I hate, because I have to try and follow the wheel lines as perfectly as possible. Yeah, that's what I said. It's like, number one, I keep getting distracted, and number two, it's like there's a ton of stuff that you need to remember with soil mod, and a mod like that is definitely it's definitely going to be a recommended mod by me. It's going to be something that I'll recommend, actively recommend, especially if you use soil mod or you're a bit scatterbrained like I'm both, which is why I actually have written down a nice neat lettering that I can read, because my handwriting at times is atrocious. Big letters as well, because eyesight. The list of tasks that need to be done on Coldborough. I've just realised I don't have wheel mode engaged. There we go. Just so that I don't accidentally throw this out of whack. That. Away we go. I'll clean up the bits that I am missing later on. That can be some off-camera faffery, I guess. Because I just want to get the main lines kind of hooked in right now. And I'm not too fussed about missing small sections or anything like that. That's something that I can fix in the future, is the little spots like right here I'm gonna miss. And that's something I can fix very easily. See, this is where I'm confused now. What the hell do I do here? I think the best option is to actually do a loop. Is to come up here and just flat out loop around the trees. Hello, Ford. By the way, streams are being moved just by an hour to 4 o'clock start. Just so that I have time to get everything ready and have a bit of downtime before the streams, because I do tend to be very bad at getting up in the morning. And I actually am planning on fixing my sleeping pattern in the coming days. I want to start going for walks in the morning, because I've got issues with my own weight, and I want to start losing weight. And a bit of body mass. You and a friend are contracting on Farm Sim. Nice. I could do that in theory, but I really just like... I don't like most maps. I think I'm probably a bit too fussy about what maps I do like. So, I don't know. So what have I done? Go get ABB contracting to all... Forward with that shameless self-promotion. I did test a secret tractor last night. Fahy knows about this. I tested the tractor I'm intentionally keeping a secret. But I will eventually be purchasing on Coldborough. I'll be buying it with a sister tractor. So there will come a point where I'll buy 2 tractors at once. One will be a reward tractor, one will be a punishment tractor. You'll see what I mean when I buy them. Because I know farm sim fans, or at least I like to think I do at this point. Having done this for the better part of 2 years now, I like to think that I know what people are going to do. 2 Fleming 2-ton side trailer, John Deere 8600i. That 8600i looks quite nice actually. GF 1060, case 1455. I don't like the 1455. T7 and a 4220. Nice equipment. I don't really like the 1455s. That mod, they're just a bit clunky. That said, I was actually looking at a mod last night, or the last couple of days. On Mod Central there was like a small American farm pack. I was looking at it and I was thinking, oh, this is definitely not up to my standards, but at the same time, props to this dude for learning how to make a mod. You put a turbo. It's not that I think it's a terrible mod. It's just that I don't like it, as I don't like the sounds. Yeah, the model isn't great. There's a lot missing from it, but you know. I was looking at the small American farms pack on Mod Central, that work in progress topic, and I was kind of looking at it and saying, this is, you know, if this was an experienced mod author, I'd be saying, oh my god, this is terrible. There's no way they should be making a whip topic for this. But at the same time, this is a guy who openly says in the whip topic, I'm new to modding, and this is basically my first attempt at making a mod pack. Because the models aren't great. The texture work leaves a lot to be desired. But at the same time, props to the dude for actually making a mod and getting into the modding scene. I mean, Chaos Knight himself has said, yeah, they're really good for a beginner in Blender. They're really good models. There are minor issues with normal maps, which is a thing that can happen. Go for it, Ford. I'm going to restart this line. I don't mind you guys linking videos if they're like related to Farm Sim. Being quite blunt, I don't mind it as long as they're related to Farm Sim and you know, doing work and whatnot. It's just like random crap videos, like something from Lad Bible or porn or something like that I have issue with. Plus, I mean, Ford, you're here every day. I can't exactly say no. Simulate can do the same thing if he wants to link his videos. And by the way, he has a new video. It's not yours, Jermaine. You're involved with it. It's fine. As long as you guys have some involvement or there's a legitimate reason behind it, I don't mind. But only like the regulars. I'm not saying everybody come in and post your videos. People who hear a lot and who I see a lot in chat and who are active in chat can by all means post your videos. Simulate has a new video out as well. Today he's on his small map. Yeah, that's my issue for Faye, is the guys that just flat out reskin mods and they're like, hey, look at my mod. La la la, look at my mod, I made a mod. No, you didn't. You made a texture. I mean, I could reskin this Triton 500. I'm tempted to. I could reskin almost anything. It's like, I haven't changed the mod. I haven't intrinsically changed the mod. The worst ones are the people who post mods up on mod.us. Because 90% of the mods on there are flat out stolen. I use that. I actually use that. I actually do use mod.us, but I don't download mods from it. I use it as kind of a mod directory. If I'm looking... To be honest with Reskin, you know the Marshalls such a pack of big same one as I have. Yeah? What about it, Ford? I mean, reskins, yes, they do involve skill. There's a lovely Flemingers. Oh, I'm not saying, like, they don't involve skill. And I'm not saying that the reskins are bad. I'm saying the people who are claiming it's an entirely new mod and they did all the work themselves, they're bad. I don't mind reskins. In general, it's just the people who make them tend to say, look at my mod. No, it's look at your texture. Building a tractor, you'd have to learn Blender. That's like 6 months of work. At least to learn Blender to a point where, or for me at least, where I'd be comfortable starting to model something complicated, like a tractor. Like David Oldfield is, I think, only now getting the hang of Blender to the point where he can model entire tractors. Like the OEB weight was, I think, one of his first models. And even going through his older maps, you can see some of his original mods that he made from scratch, and the models are terrible. I mean, there is a learning process to Blender. It's not just, as some people think, oh, you open up Blender and click Make Model. No, it's... You learn Blender, you have to learn the key bindings, you have to learn the shortcuts, you have to learn what does this do, what does that do. 99 minutes? The stream might be over by then, but sure. I mean, the stream's gonna be over in 100 minutes. You've got a 1 minute time frame for it. But plans for me for tonight, because I do have plans for tonight, are to have a bite to eat after I record the video, and chill the crap out, probably ploughing, and watch Extreme Rules while ploughing. I've got extra lazy with the plough recently, I must admit, because that's what I feel too. Because what I was doing... I might have to try Yatton 500. What I've been doing lately is setting, I can show you, opening up GPS like this, holding down control, set field end mode to this, set the plough off, cruise control at 15 kilometers an hour, and watch a YouTube video. Because, quite frankly, that's, I think, the best way to plough in Farm Sim. Especially if you're ploughing huge fields like Field 3, which is what I did last night. I ploughed the entirety of Field 3 yesterday. Like, the only option that's realistic is to GPS the crap out of it. I am actually mildly concerned that I won't be able to do what I want to in the video tonight. I may need to make some minor alterations to the plans, because I know the thing that I want. I do want to. Have we done seating? No. I actually want to buy something in the video, and I know it's 100 or 1100 euro. We're not gonna have that much. Just gonna check something. So you're gonna have to bear with me a moment. So that's 1375, 1975. Okay. And this thing is 850, so I'd be making a profit there. And this thing is 900, so I'd still be making a profit there. Okay, so I got a backup plan. Actually, one more little check. 1150, If I were to direct sell, which I wouldn't do. And this costs $8.50, but is smaller by 30 litres. What is the tractor I tested? A secret. I can tell you it is 290 horsepower and costs 100 and I think it's 169,000. I'll check. Where is it? 165,000. Do I still have the small? How does he know and you don't? Because he recommended it. Thomas, watch the language, please. I don't mind swearing if there's a reason. There was no reason. The small original wood chips pile. Is that even a thing on this map? Oh yeah, I forgot that. I started, this is on hard. This is on hard. I didn't have any starter crops. I do have a plan to counteract a lack of money. To be quite honest, guys, I don't mind who bops messages like that as long as they're bopped. Is it a T7? I can tell you it's not blue. Nor is it red. It's something that I legitimately have not shown off on stream at all. That's why I went to the stream starting screen just to check the price. It is something that I'm intentionally keeping. It is in the mod list. Is it a deer? It might be. And if it was, that'd be a good reason for me to keep it quiet, because I know how John Deere fans are. And they would... Hey Chris, I'm doing good. I saw you follow the Facebook page. Or I saw you like the Facebook page even. I do apologize for not putting any updates on there. There isn't much to update you on at the moment. The Steam page is more likely to get updates and tell you you're getting frustrated. No! All I'm saying is it's gonna be... Yeah, I've given enough hints. I mean, it's gonna be with a sister tractor that is going to be a punishment tractor if people ask for the one that I want. Or people demand it. More to the point. So what kind of tractors do I... What tractor have I said? Well, yeah, but I like keeping secrets. Secrets are fun. What tractor, what model tractor have I said is going to be bought as a punishment for certain people? Who's this sister Laura? Let's just say Jane. Yeah, let's call sister Jane as an extra little hint. If you don't get it, it is a John Deere. Yes, well done. I won't tell you what model number, but it is a really nice tractor. Which is legitimately the only reason I would buy it ever, is because it's actually a really nice model. Really nice tractor, and I rebound IC, so the IC in it will work correctly without fiddling with drive control. By the way, if you use drive control, I would strongly advise you to swap IC onto a shift key, preferably right shift. That's what I've got it on, just so that you can't accidentally hit it and turn on IC and lock up your mouse. It is a John Deere. It is really nice. It's in the mod list as well. Really nice model, really nice tractor. And there are alternate sounds for the tractor with the download. I kind of like the sounds that it came with, but apparently they're newer sounds with that particular version. The only thing that's now annoying me about literally every mod site is they're not mod central and they don't send you emails when mods get updated. So like my saw mod's been out of date for months, or was out of date for months until I updated it. Drive control I'm fairly sure is out of date by quite a while. GPS I did update because I thought the green star noises were stock on it, but no, they are separate quote-unquote mods, just a sound pack. I don't count sound packs as mods because it's, I mean, it is a modification, but it's something that you have to do yourself, so it's an edit. That's a really simple edit to do for GPS. It just sounds nicer having the completely different sounding beeps instead of just boop, 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 boop. Yeah, that's clearly an alarm sound saying, if drive control ain't broke, don't fix it. Yep. Upside Down does do some fantastic work though. You done research? It is a 7930, yes. I tested it with that 5 furrow Ego plow that I had so many issues with that you didn't see actually. I didn't show it off. I did get an Ego plow 5 furrow. It's super heavy and I had really bad issues with it with the Massey. It just wouldn't pull it. So I tested the Ego plow out with that on field 9. Uphill on field 9 at that. It hot knifed through some cheese because it wasn't quite butter smooth, but it was still very smooth. And Fahy had a good laugh at my expense when I said hot knife through cheese. Why did I do it to you? Because it's a really, really good mod. It is one of the very few occasions where I will say, you know what? This is a good John Deere mod. I don't have like an intrinsic hatred of John Deere, it's just most of the John Deere mods I've seen are terrible. If there's one that's really good, like the 7930 I've got, that's a really good mod. That's actually such a good mod that it overcomes my dislike of John Deere. This field still needs to be ploughed, by the way, so that's gonna be fun. You joined the Steam group. Thank you very much, Joshua. I'm actually very good today. I've had my coffee. Everything is fine in the world. I've had coffee. I've had a couple of like flame grilled burgers with mustard on them because I couldn't find ketchup. I could find ketchup, but I didn't want to open a new bottle, so I threw some American style mustard on. That's an odd taste. Ford is throwing a strop because I've got a John Deere mod now. I'm not going to tell you what tractor I'm going to get rid of to bring in the Deere then, because I've already planned this out. I know what tractor is going for the Deere to come in, and I know for a fact you're not going to like it. Because the Massey is nice, and so is the T6040. Hey Jonathan! How you doing today? Don't take away the New Holland before. Well, the thing is, Ford, is this New Holland is actually cheaty cheap. It is way too cheap. And as time goes on, it's going to be less and less useful. Whoa! I forgot to turn on course play. Ford wants the Massey gone. See, the thing is, this is a really good New Holland mod. It is really good. The only issue I have with it is the price. And the power band that it's in. Now as time goes on, I'm going to be wanting to increase the power bands of my tractors, except the classics. The classics, bizarrely, are actually going to go down in power band over time. You're good? I'm good. I'm very good. I'm having a good day. Sell the Massey. No, I will be replacing the deer with or the Massey with a New Holland eventually. I will tell you that. So it's not like I'm never going to have a New Holland on the map again. No. It's just going to be a temporary thing that the 6040 is going to be replaced by a John Deere. Because the John Deere is a less cheaty mod, in my opinion. Right. Let's try this again, except without hitting the hedge. New Holland. Dude, there's gonna be a New Holland coming back eventually. The Massey's gonna replace by a New Holland. Like I said, the only issue I have with this thing is its price and the weird weight issues it has. The Deere doesn't have those issues, and as a result, I'm more inclined to get the John Deere, just because it's not derpy as all hell. Not as derpy, at least. Especially with a plow. So this is gonna take, what, 2 passes? You can edit that. Well, so can I, but at the same time, I want something more than 160 horsepower. I want something that can legitimately compete with the Massey, and the 6040 can't. Like, that's just the fact. The 6040 cannot compete with the Massey in terms of horsepower. I want something that can complement the Massey, that has a really nice look to it, really nice model, some extra features if necessary, and the John Deere ticks a lot of those boxes. And I know you're a big New Holland fan, so I'm going to keep the 5000. Fords aren't derpy. This is a small bit because of the weird weight distribution issue. No, don't go that way, you moron. Go this way. This way. See? You can go this way. But yeah, I mean, the Deere is just going to be an extra piece of equipment. It's not going to be... Why say the Massey? Because he loves Fords and New Hollands, Jonathan. He doesn't want me to get rid of this New Holland because he likes it. And I mean, it is a good tractor, but it's not an upgrade. It's, you know, this is a downgrade from the Massey, and if I'm getting rid of any tractor, I want to be upgrading the fleet in general, so that I can have 2 powerful tractors instead of one in a T6040 that's, while good, a bit small and a bit underpowered for this farm. And Ford, I'm gonna need... I would get a T7, but the John Deere is cheaper. Whoops, that was the wrong button. The Deere is just plain cheaper. If they were a similar price, I would get a T7. I wouldn't have an issue with getting a T7, but taking price into consideration, the Deere wins. Just because it's better value for money. Do I want to come out that? Okay. I'm gonna need what? I'm gonna need 165,000 to buy the Deere. It's not like I'm gonna be buying it tomorrow. I'm gonna need a lot of money, and that's something that I just don't have at the moment. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make a change to my plans. Because I do need to get one thing. That's field 4... Triton 500. Do that. Okay, I'm gonna have to buy something real quick. Get a T7, the smallest T7. Okay. So look at the smallest T7. Smallest T7 is 177,000 and has 170 horsepower. John Deere's 290. Not worth the money. So this is going to seem like a really odd purchase, but it'll be explained in the video later on. I'm going to buy this McCormick Deering 340 plough, and there is a reason behind it. There is a reason behind getting this. See what, Ford? You wouldn't care that John Deere's green. It's not. Yeah, but I'm not going for like an all blue fleet like I did on Nussin. You had Nussin to have all of your New Hollands. I'm going for the optimal fleet for this kind of farm, and the optimal fleet for this kind of farm includes a 7930. And I don't like John Deere in general, but that mod is delicious. It's got some cool extra things that I'd never seen before as well. So the McCormick Deering plough, I will explain that in the video tonight, or tomorrow even. I'll be recording it tonight, and that'll be explained tomorrow in the video why I got that and what the purpose is. Don't need to be Ford or Massey. By and large, no, Jonathan, but most of my mods are Fords and Masseys, or New Hollands and Masseys, so he does kind of have a point with the whole, you know, oh, why are you buying John Deere? And I've said multiple times that I don't like John Deere in general, because I think they're a company who just work off the whole, oh, well, we're John Deere thing, and that irritates me. By the way, I won't be using the Deering plough a lot. It's just going to be kind of a temporary use thing for the time being. I will eventually use it a bit more, but right now it's just going to be a temporary use thing for essentially one purpose, which I'll show off in the video tomorrow. Could be literally any tractor. Yep. I can guarantee if it was a Fendt, you wouldn't mind. This is Field 5. I don't need to spray Field 5. I've already got Field 5 recorded. That was a silly mistake. It's actually Field 3 I need to do. Except the John Deere. Yeah, but the John Deere is just a better mod than most of the ones I have. It's got some extra features which are, yes, gimmicky, but genuinely nice features. I've noticed that since I started talking about the John Deere, my views have gone up. How coincidental. No, I don't want that. I want that. Go forwards. Just let it unfold. Pull back a tad. There we go. The GPS also does sound match. The sound does match up perfectly because it does have a green star system on it. That's another thing that kind of convinced me that it might be a good idea, is that the Deere does have a green star system on it. It's actually mounted up, which is really nice. I'm just trying to figure out what direction I want the GPS to go in right now. Because if I can... That's a good direction. So let's start our course recording from here. And off we go. I'm going to do this out of cab, just for funsies. Ford is really annoyed at the fact that I have a John Deere. I will be getting a John Deere. I'll actually be buying 2 John Deeres at once. Because for the people who start insisting that I use the 7930 all the time, I will have a Model A. Because you don't tell me what to do, I make these decisions. I make my tractor decisions based on which I think is best for the job or which I haven't used in a while. Yes, I'll be buying a Model A, which has a max speed of like 12 kilometers an hour. I'll be buying the big 7930 and then the Troll Model A. And I will eventually buy a 7000 as well for it. Why the Model A? Because people will start insisting I use nothing but the 7930 and I'm going to get my own back. That's quite honestly the entire reason. Is if people start insisting on the 7930 when I buy it, I'll start using the Model A and I will buy a rack of equipment specifically for the Model A, so that I can do the same jobs with a smaller tractor 4 times more slowly. That's why I shouldn't buy the damn tractor. No. Because I like having a bit of fun and I like trolling people, so it's actually an additional reason for me to buy the tractor. In my books, anything I can cause, anything I can use to troll people, I will use to troll people. Especially if it's a relatively innocent troll, just like, ha, you want the big tractor, you get the small one. I mean, a lot of streamers do it, is they have two of a similar thing, and if people start demanding one of them, they use the other. And just for you, I will buy a 7000 and use that as well. That's actually a plan for the future once I got an extra... I'm gonna say actually that's gonna be one of the closer plans. Is actually buying the 7000, because that's cheaper than the 79. I will get a 7000 for it, don't you worry, because I do like the 7000 myself. One thing I do need to try and do is get the IC working. That would be a really nice little touch. Do I want to do that? No. Don't you worry, the 7000 will be an eventual thing. You've requested it so much that I'd feel bad if I didn't get it. The only reason that I wouldn't get a 7000 is if... no, 7000 is going to be bought before the deer, because it's cheaper. The only reason I wouldn't buy a 7000 is if FS17 miraculously released before I got, like, what is it, 21.5 grand together in this game. Which, by the way, speaking of, like, upcoming releases, is it Pro Farm Manager is a game currently in development? I believe... I don't know much about it. Also, it's not the game that I'm involved with. I will state that up front. It is not the game that I'm involved with. It is just coincidental there is a game following a similar development path at about the same time that I'm working on a game. I believe that they're going to be using Kickstarter to fund the game. It is French developed, from what I can gather. It's developed in France. It is going to be like Farming Giants, from what... There's very little information out there. The developers have released almost no information, which is great. Is kind of okay, because there's a countdown timer on their website and it's like 10 months. Now whether it's 10 months to release or 10 months to more information, I don't know. Yeah, it's apparently French developed. It looks rather nice from the couple of screenshots that are out there, and it's a farming management game, which I'll probably end up getting. And Ford is now happy because I'm getting a 7000. See? What map am I on? Coldborough Farm, technically. This is Coldborough Farm, but what I've done is I've brought it into Giants Editor. I've edited up edited up a few things, put in a couple of scripts, and changed some textures so that it looks a bit nicer. I've just put a kind of a fresh coat of paint on it. And Bullet Bill, yes, Bullet Bill, just on the Coldborough note, because oh my god, I have so many things that I want to talk about today. Bullet Bill is moving back to Coldborough. Bullet Bill is going to be working on Coldborough Park Farm again, IRL. He has also stated that he is going to be giving the map a fresh coat of paint for FS17, and that's just brilliant. Like, somebody, it doesn't matter who it is, but the fact that it's Bullet Bill is better. Yeah, somebody making a farm that they legitimately work on in real life, putting that into Farm Sim, and obviously adding a couple extra features for gameplay reasons. I think that's what map making should be in an ideal world. You think West Coast has gone to the doghouse? He's still working on it. He's just been really super busy with the move. Like, he's moved from South Wales back to Ross-on-Wye to work on Coldborough again. Like, to legit work on Coldborough. Not like, oh, he's working in Giant's Editor on a Coldborough edit. No, he's working on the real deal. He's working on this farm in real life. The West Coast is still under development. He has said that. I keep in mind for that 90% of map and mod authors do have like their own lives and jobs outside of Farm Sim. I've seen so many people like demanding that a map get released or a mod get released and wondering why it's taking so long. Because life. That's usually the answer. Like, Donetsk is still on hiatus. I still haven't touched it because I've been working so hard on, you know, on this map for you guys, so that I can get videos done in a timely manner, and so that you guys don't have to put up with 11 million ploughing streams. And you know, that's something. Oh nuts! The soil mice just dipped. Hey Jack, I'm gonna need it to rain. I am actually going to need a massive rainstorm to get the soil moisture back up. Ideally at about stage 2 of growth. Stage 2 or 3. Actually, ideally before I seed, even. Because I'm not too happy with because the soil moisture just dipped because it's past noon. I don't think it's going to recover. Has it dipped on all fields, or is it just this one because I haven't sprayed it? It's on all fields. Nuts. I'm just going to tab in. That's an issue. Like, I'm playing real time, and I do have to fast forward days, and I've got soil mod set up so it's 5 days per growth cycle. So, realistically, the soil moisture could go down 5 steps per growth cycle. In fact, that's why I can demand rain, yes, but it won't last an hour. And actually I've forgotten to run ads today, haven't I? So I'm just going to pause the game here and run an ad. I'm going to run 2 in fairly quick succession, so just be warned about that. I'll say it again after the ad's finished, just in case people did get ads and they're wondering why they're getting a second one. Because I like running ads once every half hour or so. And I haven't run an ad. Well, this is the first ad I've run today. The issue with the console command Fahy is Ah, that's finished. What do I think of the 440 series? It's a mess. It's not as good as the 2013 version, which, you know, 2013 version compared to 2015 standard doesn't meet it. And the 440 series, the newer mods, the conversions, they're alright conversions, they're fairly basic conversions, but I mean that's kind of an insult to them, I guess, or even a compliment, because while they're competent conversions, they're not as good as the originals, and they're not up to 2015 standards. They're okay. I'm not saying they're the worst mods in the history of the world ever, but they're just not up to FS15 standard. And at the point when they came out, they should be. Like it was just somebody who could do a conversion. I can't do conversions. I gotta be blatantly honest, or bluntly honest. I can't do a conversion to save my life. And for that very reason, I don't try. But I think a conversion to FS15 should actually put normal maps and AO and dirt skins and all that kind of the new stuff in, whereas the 440s just don't have any of that. And the converter, I'm not going to call him a mod author. The guy who converted it didn't really bother all that much. It's just, oh, the models work. We'll throw them on the basic XMLs. Hey, look, the mods now work. Hooray! I can go home now. Yes, go follow ABB Contractors. They're a new modding team owned by Ford7000 and a friend of his. They will have a video up later today, I believe, in about an hour or so, judging by times. I believe you said it was maize, Ford? Some maize silage. I haven't seen anything they've done yet, but what did I say? Modding team. Oh my god, I've been thinking too much about mods. Contracting team. I am an idiot. Although with my webcam all wonky, it does make me look slim. So that's what I'd look like if I'd lost like 20%, 30 or 40% of my body weight. This is Field 3, Triton 500. Now the reason is that all fields now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lovely. The reason I was recording those courses is for tram lines when the time comes, to make the fields look nicer. And the reason that I'm naming them Triton 500 is because that's the sprayer I've got on the back. Ideally, when you're recording tramline courses, you record them specifically for the sprayer you use. No problem, Ford. And kind of apologies for calling you a modding team. I'm sure you could learn how to make a mod if you could get Giant Setter to run. I mean, that's the only thing holding you back, I would guess. Need to get more more PK, not NPK. I need to get more PK just to finish off Field 3. That should do. And the funny thing is, we're going to be heading straight back into... Well, we'll head to Field 6 first. Screw it. I know I played an ad not too long ago, but I'm going to play another one now just to catch up on ads. So that's us caught up. I try and play an ad every half hour, and kind of escaped me while I was recording courses. It's just going to be grunt work from here on out, so I'll be back on schedule with advertisements, as they are sometimes known. Unfold the spray. I hope 700 is enough. I hope 720 is enough, because if it's not, I'll have to go back and refill, and that's a faff that I don't want. So this area here is not covered by the tramline course, that's fine. What was I gonna say? Well, that's the thing. Is I know what happens to me. I was just kind of looking at Faye's comment of contracted you on a modding team because I screwed up. Is I always watch like sports on TV, and I wonder how the hell the commentators can say some of the dumb things they do. It's because their mind's going to autopilot about one specific thing. Like they're talking about something, and then they have to very suddenly change what they're talking about. And with their minds still in kind of autopilot about talking about something, the words get mixed up in their heads and they don't notice. That's how, for Formula 1 fans, actually for anybody, look up Murray-isms from Murray Walker. They are some of the most comical things. My personal favourite is his tyre is only flat at the bottom. Talking about a driver who had managed to burst a, who had a flat tyre in a Formula 1 race. Well, it's only flat at the bottom. Well, you're not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong there, Murray, but the logic is kind of missing. Also, a driver on multiple occasions has overtaken himself because Murray Walker got confused. And that said, he is the greatest commentator in the history of Formula 1 because he had genuine passion. Or he still does. Whenever you see Murray Walker talking about Formula 1, he's just so passionate about racing that it's an infectious passion, and Martin Brundle just doesn't have that and never will. Let's face it, Martin Brundle, despite working with Murray Walker, will never have the infectious passion that Murray Walker did as a commentator. Just gonna park up the New Holland. No, I'm gonna use the New Holland. I'm gonna park up the sprayer because I don't need it right now. I'll be using the sprayer again. I don't want to lift it. I'll be using the sprayer again eventually. I just need to grab the Fert spinner now, which doesn't have broken textures because soil mod got updated. Yeah, the issue with the broken textures was down to an old update of soil mod that wasn't registering lime correctly. Now that it is registering it correctly, you can see that it is perfectly good. Raise that up, and it's fields 3 and 6. Hello Welsh, long time no see, even though I was talking to you last night. You're only an hour late. I didn't give you the wrong time for the stream, did I? Because I said 11 till 1 Eastern. And by my reckoning, it's about noon Eastern right now. So what we're doing now is we're going to throw extra line down on field number 6. I know I've just ploughed. You've been you lazy git. I know I've literally just in the last, I think yesterday, finished ploughing field 6. Ploughing lime in, but this is something that needs to be done. I want to get the pH up to actually slightly alkaline, which is not a thing. Alkaline is only a thing in metals. I actually want to get it slightly basic because I want the pH to dip naturally down to a good level. And I do realise this is a very silly thing to do, is like plough in lime, and it's 12:03 right now. Hey, I got my time zones correct. So I now know the Eastern weird, funky, week-long or week or 2 week differences because of daylight saving changes. I know Eastern is about 5 hours behind. I always thought it was 4. So I'm gonna be better at getting Eastern times. And yeah, tonight's plan for me is record video, eat food, plough. Because the video is going to be introducing kind of stage 2 of ploughing. I still have a couple of fields left to plough for the first time as well. But yeah, stage 2 of all the ploughing will be starting off in the video tomorrow with the McCormick Deering. There's a very legitimate reason I bought it, and it was something I actually was sat the other night thinking, okay, how am I going to do this properly? Because it's going to be a very awkward thing to do with what I have. Because I want to do something in particular that I can't really do with the equipment I currently have. Also, I'm just going to set up a GPS line here. I can do this first line. So for those of you who might be wondering, I am using the John Deere Green Star sounds for GPS now, because they are better than the default beeps. Because the different noises, I'm actually listening out for them while I'm talking, which is why they're quite loud. So why I can talk over them is they're loud. I can hear them very clearly in my headset. So I'm using them now because they stand out better to me, and they are, I would say more realistic, they are real GPS sounds from a John Deere Green Star system. That's the reason I'm planning on getting the 7930 eventually, and it is going to be eventually because I don't have the money now, and I probably won't for a while. Because I've lots and lots of stuff that I want to do first. Oh yeah, I've got to go over here for the line. And I just need to wait now until this is full. There we go. Grab my e-cig from over there. There is no way you can be playing ATS too much. ATS is just a good game. Now when you accidentally play a game for 5 hours starting at 1 AM, that's when you've played too much. Like what I did with Mountain Blade Warband the other night when my internet crapped out. I was gonna do some ploughing, but my internet decided, nah bro, I ain't gonna do that for you. No internet for you. So I started playing Mountain Blade Warband. 5 hours later, when the game crashed, I realized it was like 6 AM. I called Welsh lazy. I literally didn't get out of bed until like 2 today. 2 or 3. So, I can't call anybody lazy. You've driven 55,000 miles. I've driven about the same, I think. I just tend to do it in short bursts. I think it's like I know I've got a silly amount of miles up, and I'm struggling still. The video tonight, actually, just to mention that quickly, because I have changed my little my schedule up on my wall so that it reflects what the hell is going on in actuality now. I say that, it still says map for the farms and streams. Video tonight has 2 deliveries because I couldn't find a long one. It's 2 quite short deliveries tonight. So I did pull double duty, and it was just a one shot wonder, one take. Because that is how I record videos. Is I try and get it all done in one take as much as possible, unless I manage to crash fraps because I'm an idiot. That'll do. I really do like the green star sounds, even though you'd never get them in a New Holland. They're just so nice. There we go. Yeah, I think cultivating this in will bring me up to the point where it's good, or maybe just a tiny bit above it, which is fine. I don't mind the soil being slightly alkaline when I'm harvesting. And by the way, I know a lot of people who play with soil mod use like spreadsheets that have been like made up to specifically, you know, do all the calculations for them. I'm doing all the calculations in my head as I go. So I'm not one of these people who have like a huge spreadsheet in Excel somewhere that I keep hidden and that I know exactly what I need to do because I meticulously plan everything. My plan is literally just things that I need to do. Like, I've actually done that, so I can just mark that off with a little X. Like the plans here: lime fields 3 and 6, plough 2, 4 and 5. I've also done that there. Buy the 3-4 plough. Do a thing that I'm not going to mention right now, because that'll be starting in the video. And then for the future, harrow fields 2 to 9, the meadows, seed the meadows, and soil my grass. And I've even drawn up a little. I might just draw up a rotational chart for the fields, like a 4-year rotation, or even 5 years. I doubt that I'll get that far into the game, but I mean, there's no harm. The one thing I don't like about soil mod, this is just the one thing I dislike, is that it doesn't account for different crops having different requirements. For example, maize, you need to preload the soil with you know, lots of manure, lots of fertilizer, lots of everything. And you need to preload a lot of nitrogen into the soil so the maize will thrive. And that's not simulated in the game because every crop has the same requirements. Because maize is a very hungry crop. Wheat you can seed multiple times in a row and it doesn't do much damage, same with barley. Canola's, again, quite reasonably hungry. It's not as bad as maize, but it is a reasonably hungry crop. And by the way, just for those of you who follow One Lonely Farmer and might not have seen it, he has had the big pack in the field. He has had the Corona in the field, making some hay. And it seems to have gone well from what I saw. It was wet hay, very wet, but I mean, apart from, as he said, a minor issue that is easily fixed, it went pretty much according to his plans, so I guess there's no issues there. Is that a small gap in the... No, it's just a texture issue. So yes, my Coldborough edit is almost completely reskinned. By the way, Welsh, did you end up getting a multi-fruit mod that worked with the map last night? Because I could download the map later on tonight and write you up a little utility so that it will work. Because I can actually edit the multi-fruit modules, so I know how to do that. Surprised the 8120. I'm surprised because that thing was able to put it uphill. The 8120 is what, I think he said it's like 220 horsepower. I know I don't have like John Deere's off of my head, but it's like a relatively low horsepower Deere, and it ran perfectly well. I do remember he said it has less power than Krona recommend, and you know, in theory it shouldn't have worked, but it did, and I guess that's the only thing that he cares about. And the only thing he should care about is, you know, well, you don't have the horsepower requirements. Yes, but will it work? I mean, in theory no, but you can try. You think it's just under 200? Yeah, I mean, it's a little under 2,000 horsepower. I mean, it's useless. But I mean, his whole attitude was, well, I can try it. If it doesn't work, I can get a bigger tractor. That's one of the most comical, like, thought processes I've seen in a while. It's the correct thought process for that situation. You're like, well, I've got this piece of equipment. It should work. You guess you can just go watch some videos. It's canola you need, I believe. I think you need canola oil and something else. You may need... Oh, it could be sugarcane as well, Welsh. Because in Brazil, in South America, they actually use sugarcane to make fuel. And a lot of the cars down there actually run off sugarcane. Because the sugarcane is full of sugar, they use bacteria anaerobic bacteria to digest it into alcohol, which is, I think, methanol, or is it methanol? Yes, methanol. Could be ethanol. Ethanol or methanol, and that gets burned in an engine, much like top fuel dragsters. They don't. I think they run. Yeah, they run methanol engines. Or like IRL cars from the 90s and early 2000s. So I'd imagine it's sugarcane, and like there's some sort of digester for it somewhere on the map. Much like making biogas. It's a slightly different process, but similar. Gonna refill this up again. And I've got good news for you all. If we finish these two fields, if we finish ploughing these two fields, we get to, if we finish liming these two fields, I need to start ploughing again. That's what you're harvesting right now. I'm guessing you're using the corn header, because that's the one that I would have put for it. I would have put the fruit that it works like as corn, or as maize, because, well, it's a lot tougher than maize. The functionality for a harvester is very similar. By the way, if you've never actually tasted sugar cane or sugar beets, it is really unusual, because sugar cane is just like this chunk of wood, and to get, if you were to have a chunk of sugar cane, you cut it into it, and then you just suck on this. It's kind of like bamboo kind of structure, and it just tastes of pure sugar, and it's the most delicious sugar you'll ever have. Sugar beet then is really tough, and yes, I have had both. I've actually tried both. Sugar beet is quite tough. Again, you can kind of cut a chunk out of it and just pop it into your mouth, little mouth bite-sized piece, and you kind of suck on it and chew it, and you get a really ultimately sweet, better than any table sugar. Even if you took like a tablespoon of table sugar, it's the other one, the grain head. I would use the corn head personally. With beets, it's this insanely sweet taste, and like it's more sweet than taking just a tablespoon of table sugar, because it is 100% pure sugar, pure natural sugar, which comically is actually healthy. It's the sugar that you buy in shops. White sugar is actually unhealthy because that is bleached to look white. If ever you buy sugar, if you're one of those people who likes buying sugar for teas and coffees or whatever, I would strongly advise brown sugar, because that's the natural colour sugar is. Sugar crystals are naturally brown. Also, brown sugar I think gives it a nicer taste. It's just got a more natural kind of smoky almost taste to it. The best sugar to buy is Demerara sugar, because that is basically unrefined. It is just extracted and crystallized. There's no refinement process for Demerara. This coming from somebody who doesn't actually take sugar, doesn't actually, I don't take sugar in my tea. I don't take any sweeteners in my tea. Don't take any sweetener in my cappuccino. Well, I think my cappuccino's unsweetened. I just from the time that I did have sugar, because my mother is diabetic, and just out of kind of niceness, if I use any sweeteners, it's those artificial ones which kind of leave a taste to the drink, and kind of, I only ever put them in like a cup of coffee, because cornhead won't cut it. Well, yeah, but a grain head wouldn't feed it into the harvester. Like, that's my thought process, is I would have set it as being corn. Because that's the closest thing in the default game to being. ABB contractors are out in force. Did you break something, Ford? Also, do you have dev mode enabled in Farm Sim? Because you can get some pretty cool camera angles with dev mode. And dev mode in Farm Sim does work first time every time. Because whenever I reinstall Farm Sim, because I've moved it a couple of times. How would you have broken something? I don't know, you just tend to break things a lot. Dead mode? No, dev mode. Developer mode, where I can do this. So mod, weather effects started. Type 1, day, hour. We're on day 12? Oh wait, day 4096? That's not right. Oh, it's because I said grow now thing. What the hell, Welsh? You have dev mode on. Yeah, I think that's kind of a necessary thing if you're screwing around with a lot of mods, is to have the log available. Speaking of which, I need to go through my log at some point. You crashed your case. I knew you'd crashed something. You've got this awful habit of breaking things, Ford. Much like you broke Euro Truck yesterday, through all of your fault and nothing to do with that. Totally not Ad's fault that you didn't understand the simple instructions he was giving, even though he was giving them wrong. Hope you realize I'm kidding, and you're not actually angry or whatever. Ah! Just realised Toccata and Fugue is still playing. He's actually just finished. Yep. You banned yourself. Yeah, how did you ban yourself? Like, that's something that I don't understand. Because I saw that you got banned, and you never explained how or why. All you said to me was, oh, I got banned on MP. What the hell did you do? What did you do to get banned? It was hardly parking in the Europort. Which, by the... Who told... You told me you got banned! You told me on Steam last night! I mean, you got banned during the stream for parking in the Europort, or kicked or whatever. It was hardly related to that. Because in all honesty, I would say parking in the Europort is a kind of a logical thing to do. But yes, you did. You sent me a message on Steam last night saying you got banned from ETS2 MP, and I asked why, and you never replied. And during the stream yesterday, you said you got kicked for parking in the Europort. Which, again, I completely disagree with the admins on that one. I would argue the point of, well, it's a non-contact area. It's probably one of the safest places in the entire damn map to park. If you're waiting for somebody. You crashed into an admin and you clipped him like... Yeah, well that I would ban you for. To be quite honest, Ford, that was irresponsible. Why did you crash into an admin? And don't say you thought it was funny. By mistake. How can you crash into somebody so hard they flip 10 times by mistake? You're late, Ad. You're very late. There's only about 35 minutes left in the stream. But I mean, it's been a fairly productive stream. We're actually on our last bit of work that I had planned, which I honestly thought I would have to do a bit of off-camera work to get this all done. So I'm not going to complain about getting all the work that I'd planned done in a timely manner. I mean, it's honestly, it's great that I can say, oh, well, you know, you drove into him at 100 miles an hour and couldn't stop. Yeah, that's definitely your fault for it, because you shouldn't have been going at 100 miles an hour to begin with. Nowhere in Europe is there a speed limit at Germany. Never mind. I was going to say, nowhere in Europe is there a speed limit of 100 miles an hour. Yes, there is. Germany has a minimum speed limit on most autobahnen of 120 kilometers an hour. You have to go out, there's no electricity. That's fine, I mean, if you, like, I don't mind people missing the stream. People don't seem to understand this. It's like, you can't miss the stream. I know life happens. I mean, I do have issues myself that I sometimes have to cancel a stream or delay a stream. Although I am intentionally, after moving the streams back to a 4 PM start now, just Because... How's it your fault for going 100 miles an hour? Because you were speeding! If that was a real life crash, you'd be... You would have been, you know, taken off the roads for life. It would have been your fault still because you were going 100 miles an hour. Hello, Mr. Boyd. How you doing? You have nothing to play other than 3 games of cricket. I don't like cricket. It's boring. I said I don't like test cricket. It said on a sign 50 miles an hour. Yes. And you were going 100. Which means you were going double the legal limit. Which means it was your fault. I mean, on a motorway you can go 75 at most, which is 120 kilometers an hour for... It's only 50 extra. You would never ever be able to appeal a speeding fine in real life. You 2:30 in Aussie. Yikes. Yeah, that's quite late. I say that I'm planning on staying up until about 4 this morning, or tomorrow morning, because I'll be watching WWE, be watching Extreme Rules on the WWE network. Could just imagine Ford going 80 miles an hour through town, but I'm only 50 miles an hour over the speed limit. Yeah, it's only an extra 50. 60 miles. It's only an extra 30. Yeah, if it was an extra 5. Not really your fault, as he was pulled in on the road, which means he was off the road, and you were driving too fast, and you still hit him. Price has gone up even more now. It'll dip back down. They're raising the price for a sale. That's a thing that a lot of places do, is like they start incrementally raising the price over the course of a couple of weeks. You don't like me looking so thin. This is how I actually want to look. Is like actually thin, because I weigh at the moment like 100 kilos, just over 220 or something, like 220 pounds or something like that. And I'm not happy with my weight, so I want to fix it. Also, I will fix the webcam issue, because that's actually a cropping issue with the webcam. Could be down to me using 1080p as well. But yeah, I weigh far too much. Actually, the really unhealthy amount too much, because I'm not a tall person. Like 100 kilos or like 15 stone. He was on the road, pulled in, and he was in your... Why the hell did you get permit banned? Was it down to your ping ad? See, this is why I don't like a lot of multiplayer games, is you're 145 kilos. I'm 100 kilos, but I'm like 5'7", or 172 centimeters. What's the best mod I have had? I don't know. There's so many that I actually can't play without. Soil mod is one of the mods that I just don't like playing without, because otherwise the game is too easy. You're 6'1". Yeah, I'm quite short and too heavy. Like mods that I can't play without: soil mod, GPS, glimpse, multi overlay is really nice. Course play for tram lines for extra realism. I'd say drive control is definitely one of the best. Soil mod's definitely right up there as well. Real terrain, So many great mods, I can't actually pick one as like the best mod I've ever used. Although if I had to, it would probably be the Ferguson system from FS13 by NA Modding. Or the Kid Double Chop. That was a really good mod as well. That's something that annoys me, is like there's no single or double chop harvesters that are actually good for FS15. There are a couple that are out there and they're they're not great. I mean, they work, they function, but they're too heavy for their own good. The admin is new. You shouldn't have been going that fast for it. I mean, there is no defense for speeding that badly. If you were going the limit, you could have appealed saying, well, I was going the speed limit, he was stopping in the middle of the road, I didn't have time to slow down. But you were going twice the speed limit. You know, there's a reason there's a speed limit. They said your name. You've been watching me since like 300 subs. Nice one! I'm still kind of shocked by how many subs I've got. Like, it seems just yesterday I was like really genuinely surprised that I had 100 subs. And now I'm kind of both disturbing and encouragingly quickly heading towards 700, and I'm just like, what the hell? Using your way run rush. That's no excuse for it. You shouldn't have been speeding. I mean, yes, he shouldn't have stopped in the middle of the road, but you shouldn't have been speeding. It's like I say in ATS, like, who stops in the middle of the road? I'm driving this huge truck, they can see me coming from behind them. If they can't, they shouldn't be driving. I'm driving the speed limit, and then suddenly an AI just slams on its brakes, and I get blamed for the crash because AI is dumb. Actually, in the video tonight is the worst one I've seen yet. I was pulling out of like a roadway. AI driver comes up, slams into the back of my truck while I'm moving because he didn't bother. You know, he doesn't use the brakes. Why would an AI use the brakes? I get blamed for the crash. Because the AI didn't slow down, try to come to a stop. Just flat out drives into me. I'm the problem. I wonder was that AI you, by the way, for it. Also, I was playing Project. What was I doing that I found this? I think I was just looking through my library the other night, and I looked at Project Cars, and there was an achievement that I didn't realize I got, which was that I crashed into the AI counterpart of an SMS employee. So at some point I managed to banjax a car belonging to an AI who is named after somebody who works at Slightly Mad Studios. I didn't realise that was the thing I'd done. I knew it was an achievement because I was trying to get it, but I didn't quite know how to get it. How were you speeding? You were going 100 miles an hour in a 50. That's how you were speeding. You openly said the sign said 50 miles an hour. You were going 100. And it was only an extra 50. That's how you were speeding for it. I'm going to just pause the game real quick and play an ad. And I'm going to keep the game paused until the ad's over, just for people who are watching the stream and potentially getting in at it right now. So, yeah. You have to bear with for a moment while the ad runs through. I have it up on my screen. I'm watching the dashboard just to see when the ad's done. Because I can do this today because I've got a lot of extra time to play with. I got 25 minutes to do about 10 minutes worth of work. Where am I? Oh yeah, I'm going to refill the fart sprayer. Um, yeah, you can't claim you weren't speeding when you're going double the speed limit forward. I mean, that's just not an argument. If you're within like 5 miles an hour, if you're within like 5 miles an hour of the speed limit, I'd argue we're just going a tad fast. And that's what most cops would say as well, is just like, ooh, calm down a bit, we're not going to give you a ticket, but calm down, there's no need to be going, it's only double. You realise for the racing drivers, there's a pit lane speed limit in motor racing, and in NASCAR, drivers regularly get penalised for going 1 mile an hour above the speed limit. Fastest you can go in Northern Ireland is 70. Yep. Fastest you can go in the Republic is 75 miles an hour, which, well, roughly 75, 120 kilometers per hour, which is roughly 75 miles an hour. I mean, 100 is just terrible. Unless you're in Germany on an autobahn, in which case there is a minimum speed limit of 120 kilometers an hour in certain spots. In others, there's a maximum speed limit of 120, and apparently it's used as a... Here's something you'll never hear. No speed limits on certain areas of the autobahn in Germany is actually used as a traffic calming measure. It's used to prevent tailbacks. Because you get 120 kilometer an hour section, we'll say, from, you know, for the next 5 miles you're going 120 kilometers an hour, you're at solid speed, and then for the next, you know, then there's a little sign saying speed limit, you know, minimum speed 120, and people who aren't in too much of a rush can just keep to the minimum speed, and everybody else can go whatever the hell speed they like. And because of that, you end up getting big gaps between cars, where they're after accelerating away from each other, and different cars have different accelerations. By law, the fastest you can go in Germany is 155 miles an hour. There is a speed limiter on cars. Like a lot of German cars. Anyway, I watch him. I occasionally. I'm not a big fan. I mean, he's, you know, realism is key, and then he does some of the most unrealistic things. It just kind of irritates me that he will flat out ignore what he says himself. I try to keep everything realistic as much as possible. It wasn't really speeding, it's different. No, it was really speeding. It was speeding quite badly, actually. Because if you watch me playing ATS, I sometimes say, oh crap, I'm 10 over the limit. That's quite a lot of speed. Like if you're cycling, you're usually going about 15 miles an hour. That still feels quite fast. A go-kart on a racetrack usually tops out about 50 kilometers an hour, 30 miles an hour. If you're sat in a go-kart at that speed, you can feel it. In fact, I think the time I went go-karting, there was a speed trap on the circuit. And the top speed I hit coming through that was 52 kilometers an hour, I think. So about 31 miles an hour. It was his fault. No, it wasn't. It was yours. Doesn't matter what he did on the road. You were going double the speed limit. You're going to get the blame because you were driving irresponsibly. You should have been able to stop it once you saw it, but because you were going double the speed limit. Yeah, Simulate said he was up for it as well. I must get ATS-MP downloaded. I've been talking to Simulate about a few things on the down low, and yeah, I'll do MP at some point. It'll be an MP stream, I think. Just because it's the easiest way for me to do MP. By the way, did you meet up with Mr. Moose in the end last night, Fatty? I know you were trying to catch up with him in Carson City. Did you manage it? At a reasonable speed? Yes. Yes. Speed limits would be respected. Unless we wanted to do like the 3 wide thing, and the mods didn't mind too much. You had a massive trailer. That's all the more reason to respect the speed limits for it. It was your fault. There is no excuse for it. You caused the accident by going too damn fast. If you're going the speed limit, you could have avoided him by swerving into another lane. Now the admin probably wouldn't have been too happy if you did that, but he would understand. You know, they'd understand that. Oh well, yeah, you know, I was stopped on the road. He was coming along at a fair rate of speed. You needed to hurry. That's still not an excuse for it. If you're in a hurry, it's because you've done something to cause yourself to be late. I've been in a hurry for things many times and been irritated at speed limits. But you still have to obey them. For example, here's a really good example. When I was going to college in the UK, when I was heading over, like after Christmas and during the breaks and what, you know, between the breaks, actually it was. No, it wasn't his fault because you were going too fast for it. You can come up with whatever excuses you want, but the fact that you were going far too fast is the entire reason the crash happened. Hey, Jackery. That's the correct side. Do I have this thing set up right at the moment? No. Okay, so this is... Oh yeah, to Eureka, yeah. Again, idiots in convoys, a reason that I don't... Why are you dancing now, Plough? It's been doing this all... Like, it started doing this last night as well. I don't think it likes going on grass and field at the same time. So I'm just gonna kinda cruise it really slowly down here until we're 100% on the field. Before you can say whatever you like for it, but it's still your fault that you crashed because you should not have been driving so quickly. I really don't know why this plough is acting up now, because it was perfect 90% of the time I've been using it, and just suddenly in these couple of fields. Now, see, now it's behaving again. For the most part, it is still jumping a small... Oh, for the love of God. It is still jumping a small bit, but it's not as bad. You're in rush as there was a convoy. Well, you could have met up with them somewhere else. Again, your fault. You could have fast traveled somewhere and met up with them, like somewhere you knew they were heading. Like Fahy did. He went to Carson City last night to meet up with Mr. Moose and his convoy. He waited in Carson City for a good 10 minutes. If not more, because I was just chatting with him while he waited. And while I was kind of in between videos and just faffing about. You know, you plan these things. You don't just say, oh well, I'm going to a convoy, better, you know, crack on at double the speed limit. Does this have wheel mode engaged? It does, good. You caused the crash for it. Literally any investigation you would ever have into that crash would rule it as your fault, regardless of the what the admin did. Because the crash would be ruled down to excessive speed. Once they find out that you're going over the speed limit at all, Hey, and iGaming. Yes, I think that's how your name is pronounced. Once, like any crash investigation route finds out that you're going over the speed limit, it's automatically crash caused by excessive speed. And it's your fault. If you're going like 5 miles an hour over the speed limit, or just over it, they said, ah, well, it was the admin's fault for stopping there like that. You're going double the speed limit, dude. No excuses. So this is just going to be rounding out the stream now, this ploughing. There's a few other things I want to get done today, but to start them off, I will need to record the video for tomorrow. And for just as a little hint for you, you might want to watch tomorrow's video. Because I've got a plan that will involve something you may enjoy. It won't be a 7,000, but it's going to be something you keep missing in streams. Like every time I've done this, used this tractor in streams, you have not been here. You off to bed? See you, Chris. I'm genuinely surprised that you watch my streams, being quite honest. I mean, good lord. Australia of all places. That's humbling. He's in the wrong place. It doesn't matter, Ford. You caused the crash. You were going way too fast. It doesn't matter what he did. Once you decided, oh, I'm going to drive at 100 miles an hour because I'm in a rush, anything that happens is your fault. You're a night owl, so am I actually. Best two tractors, New Holland and Ford. The best tractors are ones that work. I'm not too fussed about like what brand they are or what colour they are. You need to get. You should have waited ahead of them. I don't care if there's a convoy or not. I don't care if he was in the wrong place. The simple fact of the matter is, you were going double the speed limit, Ford, and that was idiotic, for one. And literally anything that happened will be blamed on you, regardless of somebody coming the wrong way up the... Well, if somebody else is coming the wrong way up the road, it'll be their fault. He was in a crash in Euro Truck Multiplayer because he was going 100 miles an hour in a 50. And he's trying to claim that it wasn't his fault. Because an admin was stopped in the middle of the road on which somebody was driving double the speed limit. I wonder why the admin was stopped. Because those admins can set traps. There's no like rules about what admins can and can't do to catch people out. No, Ford, it was your fault because he was probably stopped there because somebody had reported you for driving insanely quickly. And hitting him was your fault because you were driving insanely quickly. How much damage? A ban. He got banned for doing that because it was his fault. When's the AI I do complain? Sometimes I do kind of throw it around and just say, oh, it was the AI's fault, when I've clearly done something stupid. You know, I do joke about that, oh, that was the AI's fault. I mean, he should have known I was coming up behind him at 3 times the speed limit and not bothering to brake. You did see that, yeah, somebody reported him. He stopped up because he... No, Ford, if you do that, you're getting demodded. Ford, yeah, Ford, you're borderline getting demodded right now because you're wrong and you're not even admitting it. Like when I'm wrong, I say, "Oh, okay." Yeah, I screwed up. I mean, the simple fact of the matter is, you were going too quickly. It was your fault. Now, whether or not you want to admit that is your choice. But if it was in real life and there was a court case about this, you could plead innocence all you liked. You'd still be sent down. Well, you might be for it if you keep up like that, because you're literally making threats to ban people just for telling you that you're being an idiot. Which you are. And as I said to Welsh last night, because he was kind of surprised he's still a mod here, I don't deem mod unless there's a good reason for it. And you threatening to ban, time out, or delete messages just because you don't like what they say is a good reason for it. I mean, I can disagree with a lot of things you guys can say in chat, but let's talk about yeah, well, he is talking about a game. He's just being an idiot about it. We're almost finished with the ploughing. Shut up isn't nice. Yes, but it is freedom of speech. And that's what I want to encourage here. Is freedom of speech to an extent. Like being flat out insulting, not nice. Telling somebody to shut up, that's exercising freedom of speech. Much and all some Americans deny that. That's one thing I find hilarious, and I know that this has nothing to do with the game. But like some Americans, and I'm not saying it's all Americans, but some Americans will tell you that telling them to shut up is restricting their freedom of speech. No, it's exercising yours. Because freedom of speech is, you know, I can say monkeys fly every six weeks on a Thursday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's wrong, and you can tell me to shut up, and that's your freedom of speech being exercised. Hey, Max. That's why I don't mind, like people talking about, oh, Trump is so great and whatever. I don't agree with them, but that's their opinion. I can tell them they're wrong, and that's my opinion, and that's freedom of speech in its most basic form. Is, you know, you've said something stupid, that's wrong. No, it's not. It's my belief. Your belief is wrong, but I respect your belief. I respect the fact that you're willing to defend your belief. But whatever Ireland am I from? I am from County Tipperary, down in Munster. And I believe there's a hurling match on right now with Tipperary playing Cork in the Munster Hurling Championship. I don't like much sports. And to be quite honest, I'm not too bothered by the Munster Championship. It's if Tip get to the All-Ireland final. Whenever you look at my channel, there's always a live stream. Do you only look at my channel between 4 and 6 PM Irish time on a weekday or most weekends? Because I do try and... I only stream like 2 hours a day. 4 on Saturdays. And I guess a lot of... I do put up the streams as quickly as I can afterwards. As soon as YouTube unlocks the ability for me to put the video on demand live, I do put it up just so that people who missed it or who don't like going into live streams, who maybe don't have the greatest internet, I don't know why I'm struggling to talk today, who maybe don't have the greatest internet, can watch it at their leisure, or you can just throw it on during while they're playing Farm Sim, because I've been doing that a lot with Simulate's videos of late. And I do thoroughly encourage people to go subscribe to Simulate, who's not in the chat today, so he doesn't know that I'm advertising for him. Ha 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 ha. Why is this plough acting up so badly all of a sudden? Like, it was perfect last night, the last 2 days, and now it's just... I might just throw this on the back of the New Holland and be done with it. I Can't get a new plough. I don't have the money to get a new plough. I mean, there is an alternate where I get the 3 furrow and bring it down here, but that'll take forever. Am I sub to simulate? Yes, I am. I enjoy his videos, so I want that. I am subscribed to simulate. I do subscribe to people if I do genuinely enjoy their videos. I don't just like sub for the sake of subbing to people. I don't do the whole sub for sub nonsense. I know Simulate's sub to me and I'm sub to him, but it's like he enjoys my style of videos and streams, I enjoy his. It's a kind of mutually beneficial arrangement that we're sub to. You know, it's something that we both decided independently and not as part of some sort of funky agreement. And he doesn't even know. I don't think he knows that I actually shamelessly promote his channel during the streams. Because I told him like that he can like promote himself here. That he's more than welcome to. I have 670. I was 668 this morning. This channel is growing faster than I'd expected. Because I had, like, literally last time I checked, I had 668, 669. You want to make videos, but you can't. Well, why can't you make videos, Ford? Because you can get OBS, that's free, and very light on processor power, so it doesn't really... It gives you a hit of maybe 2 frames per second, at most. Even on a bad computer, it has almost no impact. Because you're too young. Oh yeah, isn't there... There is like a minimum age for making videos. That YouTube completely ignores like half of its rules. It's hilarious. You don't like OBS. I think OBS is good. OBS is a good free tool, Max. How he has 136 subs with not one video uploaded? It's very simple, Ford. He comments on every single Farm Sim video. Oh my god, the amount of Ford 7000 comments I've seen is insane. Also, he's I don't know if he still is, but he was one of the admins on Daggerman's server. You probably shouldn't, you know. YouTube ignores its own rules. I don't mind ignoring them either. I don't mind OBS. I think it's a really good free tool for people who are just getting started with YouTube and or live streaming. I use XSplit Premium because I got access to a lifetime subscription, which is awesome. And it's not like some really like elite thing that only 63 people got access to and they chose it out of a hat. No, it's because years ago when XSplit was in beta, You don't like OBS because of your internet. Oh, that's... I mean, that's a legit reason to not like something. But no, XSplit I use because I got premium subscription, and it's not like some elite thing that only YouTubers were allowed access to, like small-time YouTubers. It's basically years ago when XSplit was back in beta, I actually got a 2-year subscription. And XSplit sent me an email saying, "Hey, you were one of our beta subscribers. Here's a special offer for you." And it's like lifetime premium for $50. I actually tweeted out. I don't think I mentioned this on stream, and the stream, by the way, will be ending soon. I tweeted out at one point that, hey, the lifetime subscription I got isn't infinite. There is an expiry date of like 2800 or something like that, 2846 or something like that. And XSplit, to their credit, saw the tweet and replied saying, "Oh, well, if it runs out by then, we'll give you a free upgrade. We'll extend it for you." It's like, yes, that is how to customer service on Twitter. That is how to run a social media account for a company, is just make jokes with your customers. Within reason. And Microsoft also... I had a tweet conversation with Microsoft at one point as well. Just like, what the hell? So yeah, companies are, for whatever reason, starting to say, oh, well, he said a thing, let's fix this. And I don't know if it's that they're really after getting the hang of social media, or if I'm suddenly somehow influential because I've got, for whatever reason, I don't know why, this is terrifying. Last night I got a new follower on Twitter. It was some music producer who has a verified tick. A lot of my followers, for whatever reason, have verified ticks. Yeah, ask on FSUK or on, I think Mod Central might allow you to do it. I'd send like a PM to one of the SOB guys, just asking if you can do a contracting post on there, or a contracting post on there. But yeah, do I know when I'll be doing multiplayer without any mods? I would say the most likely time will be the launch of FS17. Once I get it on Steam, I will boot up a multiplayer game, I'll tweet it out, I'll put it up on Steam. Probably won't stream the first few hours because it'll probably be at like midnight or something. And I'll need to get literally everything set up because I need to have sounds a certain way and controls. The controls I'll do before I do anything about multiplayer, but I will host a game as soon as I get FS17. It might be recorded with no commentary for post-commentary or whatever, but it will not be streamed because most likely it'll be releasing at like midnight or something stupid like that. Or at least I hope it would. And yeah, FS17 is the most likely time. I may do a multiplayer game just to test out my... Well, I will be doing like a modded multiplayer game at some point for select people who I trust to not give away the edited mods that I have, because I have edited a significant number of the mods that I do have. Just so all the seeders I have are edited. Because I want them to work in a specific way, and at present they don't. Do I like the 4 spec I have? It's quite good. It's not the greatest pack. For example, the grip coefficients of the tires are a bit wonky. The top speed of the Ford Forces is like 55 kilometers an hour, which is wrong. The IC on them doesn't work, and they have a tendency to drift and like jump and whatnot. With selected people, I haven't entirely decided yet. I'm hoping on getting like a couple of YouTubers in on it. Oh yeah, drive control is going to be one of the, like... Well, the one thing about FS17 is drive control won't be out on day one. Unless they have a shuttle control, which would be amazing! That's like one of the things that I would love is... Like I say, I will end the stream in a minute. I'm just going to do this line in the stream. Or in the farming section of it at least, and then just kind of have a chat for a few minutes. I said this on Mod Central. One thing I'd love is if Giants taught the hired hands to do headlands and like work on fields like Field 2 here, or Field 9, or Field 10, or Field 3, where it's not a square, where it's like this weird funky shape. Hey German Pointer, you're coming in at a bad time. The stream is going to be ending very soon. I'm just kind of coming to an end now. But I'd love it if, you know, hired workers could go around like even circular fields without being idiots. And could do like, oh, you could like program in, do 3 or 4 or 5 headlands on this field, and, you know, set So you put the map out. What's my edit of the map? What did I do? I took out GMK, which is in Coldborough by default. I put in soil mod to replace it. I changed the soil textures. I changed the grass textures. I put in the Seedmaster 2K15 and a seed storage point. I also have seeds stored in the main silo so that I can just tip it in and out if need, as needed. On Yatton Ridge Farm, which I can't tab over to at the moment, unfortunately, I swapped out the big shed over there for two slightly smaller ones and moved about the seeds and fertilizer so they weren't by what is the mod making the tractor shake? That is real terrain. I'm actually using V1 with the hotfix from the mod contest. V2 or V1.1 is available on modcentral.co.uk, which is a new modding site set up by the former OEB team, or now known as SOB Modding. It is run in conjunction with ABC game servers and PCSG.co.uk. Really good mod site, positive community. It's their way of getting over the issues they've been having with a certain other site for the past little while. And yeah, FS17 does need drive control. Like, in all honesty, they do. Like, even just a shuttle control. But like, having a hard worker that can do oddly shaped fields, so giants don't have to do all square fields, and so that I know you're joking about the map 4. And so they, so that they can, the map authors have a bit more freedom when it comes to making stuff that's hard worker friendly. Because the square fields irritate me so much. Oh, I forgot to finish what I did in the edit. At Chantry Farm, which is the animal farm, I swapped the positions of the fertilizer and the seeds because originally the fertilizer was right beside the fuel, which is an explosive combination. You want to be demodded for it. I mean, you're not a bad mod, you just kind of occasionally get power trips because of the fact that you can, if somebody's acting up, you can ban them. I've seen worse mods. And Hearthstone, the Hearthstone tournament was at PAX, where Twitch chat was just extremely racist, and then everybody blamed Twitch for that. I mean, they had a chat that didn't have enough moderators, and it got racist because there was a black person on the stream. What did they expect? What did they seriously expect? I'm just gonna swap to the stream as ended logo. I'm still here. I'm just, hopefully that's swapped up. Sometimes it doesn't. That's the wrong one. There we go. I'm still gonna be here for a few minutes, just answering questions and talking to you guys. But if you don't want a Q&A session, you can head off now. So as for the farming part of the stream, and those of you who don't want to listen to a Q&A session on the VOD, thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye. And yeah, you can feel free to ask questions in the chat about whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna be ploughing the crap out of Coldborough with Extreme Rules on. That's why I'm starting stage 2 of ploughing. I kind of, the farm sim streams are basically just one long Q&A anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter too much. I mean, it's all the same to me. But I kind of just want to have an unofficial Q&A session. Like literally any stream you can ask questions. The only one that I might not answer every question, or I might not even look at, well, the only two that I might not look at chat as much is Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, which is on tomorrow and is a wonderful game. It's old, it's 12 years old, but it is a wonderful game, and the graphics hold up. Like, in all honesty, the graphics hold up in that game. Because it's the cartoonish style, which is, I say so much, is like hyper-realistic like Call of Duty. That ages quickly. Cartoony like anything by Nintendo or Rollercoaster Tycoon or Theme Hospital or something like that, where it's like full-on cartoons. They hold up really well. What'll I do when I get 1,000 subs? I actually have plans made for that already, Max. Believe it or not, I actually have plans already made, and people kind of on board. They just need to know about that kind of stuff when it happens, and it's happening a bit quicker than I'd anticipated, which is mildly concerning. But there will be a 1,000 subscriber special stream. It'll be an extended stream. I'll probably do it on a Sunday. It'll be starting a lot earlier than usual. I'll get up early. It'll be a long stream. It'll be a bit different from usual because it will not be family friendly. The game that I've planned for the stream will not be family friendly for the most part. But there will be interaction with you guys. You guys will be able to interact within the game. I actually need to buy the game still, but you guys will be able to interact with it and decide how the game goes to an extent. So it's not going to be a case of, there's going to be a gang of us playing the game and chat gets completely ignored and nobody has any way into doing anything. No, it'll be a kind of game where it's different from what I do. And I don't know if this is still going to be a thing, but I have been promised, or I haven't, and I won't say promised. The plan right now is for the company I am working with. ABB Contracting is shutting down. Wow, that was a long contracting career for it. The company I'm working with on the game that I can't talk about, unfortunately, but the company is in theory all going to come together for my 1,000 subscriber special, and we're all going to stream together for the first time. I've streamed with one member of it before, Nivo, who is my boss. Nivo is in fact my boss. He's moving house at the moment, but the theory is we get the entire company together in a stream. This is gonna be a disaster if it actually happens. And we play an inappropriate game, a potentially inappropriate game. And for just so you know, the 1,000 subscriber special stream will not be PG-13. It will be TVMA. If you want to rate it, like, it will be R-rated if not X-rated, with the game we're planning. Because that's the kind of game that it is. You think you know which game? What game do you think it is, Max? And it's not Cards Against Humanity. I will tell you right now, it is not Cards Against Humanity. Because there is a better one. Who is ABB Contracting? It's Ford's contracting team, which was set up today and is apparently closed today. But the game we have in mind is not... No, it is not GTA 5. I thought you were thinking GTA 5. Not all of us have GTA 5 in the company, actually. 2 or 3 of us do, but not all of us. It is a game that you guys can most definitely get involved in. You guys will actually be doing a... if I can get it set up correctly, you guys will be able to decide winners, potentially. GTA 4, nope. It's not... It's nothing like what I've got on the channel right now. It is... It's not COD. Okay, I will tell you this. It will not... It will not involve guns. I say this now, and somebody's gonna do something related to guns in the damn thing. It will not involve guns. It will not be the game that I'm keeping a secret. There's a reason I'm keeping it a secret. There are many reasons I'm keeping it a secret, one of which is that I'm under NDA about that, about most of the things to do with the game. There are plans in place, I think. I'm gonna try and get a couple of extra YouTubers in to help with that. As well, I'm gonna try and get I have to figure out numbers, because there is a limited number able to get into the actual game itself. I might try and get Simulate in on it if I can, and maybe somebody else. Okay, guys, I kind of do have to end the stream because I need to record the video for tomorrow. The farm sim vid for today. Oh, the farm sim video for today should actually have gone live already, because I think I forgot to change the times. Did I not change? Did I change the time on it? I'm just going into my video manager right now to check if what time the video is going live. Why is it scheduled for that time? No, yeah. Yes, go live then, you dip of a game. Or a video. The video for today... Oh, hold on. Oh god, before what's happened now? Ford's broken something. The video is going to go live in 10 minutes. For some reason, it had scheduled itself for 10:05 tonight. Or I hadn't actually told it to schedule correctly. It's going live in about 10 minutes. I've got it set to go live at 6:30 PM BST, or GMT +1, I guess. Do not go on here. Ford, I've got to record the video for tomorrow, so hurry up with whatever the hell it is you're doing. I mean, I can't stay here. I cannot stay here all night. I've got a bunch of stuff that I need to do. And I can't tell you. I wanted to check something on Steam. What did I want to check on Steam? That's $60. That is far too much. Yo. When is this coming out? I don't know. I'm not working on it at the moment. I've kind of taken a bit of a back seat to Donetsk. I'll put Donetsk on a bit of the back burner. Just because I'm kind of burned out of GE. The current plan is it will be... Oh, it's free to play. I didn't want free to play. The current plan is that it's going to be an FS15 or FS17 game or map, even. That is $15. Wow. The current plan for Donetsk is it'll be an FS17 map. I won't get it finished by the end of FS15. I kind of don't want to get it finished by FS15, the end of FS15, because that's a bit of a... I don't like having time limits I'm not sure I can hit. And I think FS17 might be a better... is definitely more realistic as a time frame. So I'm kind of after putting it on the back burner just until I can get time to do GE, because right now I'm kind of ploughing Coldborough a ton. I'm doing nothing at night but ploughing. As Faye can attest to, he's... or anybody who has me on Steam can attest to. Did I watch the video? Not yet. Anyone who has me on Steam can attest that I'm in Farm Sim every night at the moment. And usually I'm ploughing up Coldborough. Or doing some off-camera work for some description, maybe testing a mod or something. In any case, I'm going to end the stream here. I'll watch the video in a second forward. until tomorrow, until next time, until the video tonight in 7 minutes, stay safe, and goodbye.